welcome to this video. In today's video, I will be discussing Cliff Steele AKA Robotman from DC Universe Doom Patrol. I need to be forward and upfront with everybody. As of the making of this video, I have not read any of the Doom Patrol comics. I do know of Doom Patrol where they crossed over into other comics that I did read. I am pretty much a Batman, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Wonder Woman fanboy. So as far as the comic world of Doom Patrol goes, I know very little, if anything at all. With that being said, I do plan in the next couple months probably picking up Grant Morrison's run on Doom Patrol, just kind of familiarize myself with the comic universe of Doom Patrol. I do enjoy the TV show. I enjoy it a lot. It's probably one of the best superhero shows that I've seen. But also spoilers. I'm going to make a half effort to keep this spoiler free, but we never know. What I tend to try to do this detailed, Cliff Steele, evolution to Robotman, this, that, the other thing. And I figured out real quick that without the comic universe background, there was no way for me to do that. So what I'm going to do, what I did is from the first two episodes, mainly the first episode, I pulled clips out that I really enjoyed and I thought told a lot of the character and how the character has evolved, within the confines of the show. To me, they're important. They're important scenes, but that's me, and that's the way it is. There are a couple scenes I put in there just because I thought they were funny and needed to be in there, but that's me. So we are going to be discussing I'm going to show probably the ultimate teaser for Cliff Steele, which comes out of the beginning of the second episode. So let's sit back and enjoy.
This bag of ham is Cliff Steele, an egocentric racing champion who drove his family under a jackknife trailer. Yikes. Now his brain is all that's left, housed inside this robot by this man, Niles Calder.
There we go. Now that you know everything you need to know about Cliff Steele, we can end the video. No, I'm just kidding. I also enjoy one of the things I do enjoy about the show is especially the first two episodes, is that narration by the bad guy, Mr. Nobody. And that just, to me, that is just kind of the way that this is put together, the way this is done. It's just kind of really cool. So, I need to also point out that I am experimenting with some new video editing programs, and this video, the behind the scenes on this video, it's going to take a while to get it done. So by the time you're watching it, it's probably going to have a bunch of hours behind it. So now moving upward and onward, let's talk about a little bit more detail of the origin of Mr. Robotman. Cliff Steele, the way he is introduced in the show is you get from the word go that he's pretty much a jerk, an asshole, a drug addict, and an adulterer. This and the introduction of his character in the first episode, I think what makes that introduction work is the fact that it's being narrated by bad guy Mr. Nobody. And it is well worth the time. I mean, it's well worth the I'm at a loss for words. It's well worth everything that goes on in that particular scene, your introduction to Cliff, because Mr. Nobody is doing the narration. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
And now to the 1980s. Somewhere in this abomination of Goshen blow is a pale white ass pumping up and down. The ass of a hero. No, not that ass. No.
Giselle? Giselle!
There it is. Smells like hero to me.
Who's the fox?
Giselle!
Who's the fox?
Giselle! Claire is crying.
Really? Looks fine to me.
She's fine, honey. Can't be so scared of her.
Behold, the bottom rung of marriage. Contempt.
And there we go. This is what is going to be eventually the default leader of the Doom Patrol. Cliff, it comes from a very unknowing, uneducated, not really unknowing and uneducated. He comes from a background in which what he's doing is normal. It's not right, but it's normal. So he's doing it. And he does, through his journey in life, realize the error of his ways and does change. And changes for the better. Unfortunately, it's a tad too late for his family to benefit from his changes. And it is just one of those things. To sum up this section, I think that Cliff at this point is running on probably way too much blow and way too much adrenaline and way too much testosterone. So he is this big giant ball of, of not fun. Big old greasy ball of douche. So let's move on into our next section, which involves Cliff at the racetrack. And an instance with his wife and all that good silly stuff. This is kind of his wife getting back at him, getting her comeuppance, and really coming along, and what she does isn't right, and it's not fair. But in a lot of ways, Cliff asked for that. So
Don't wanna know your name. You looked alright before. center, big fella.
A little snug in here.
Yeah, how about you cry about that back in the box?
Whoa! See that?
Oh, hey there.
What?
Nothing, Cliff.
We racing here, Bob?
Hell yeah.
What the fuck? You're fucking my wife!
I swear to God, no!
Oh, yes, he is. And guess what I never have to say when I'm banging big old bomb?
Go!
Is it in yet?
Yeah, so that is a kind of a way to put it to get revenge on your spouse. As I was saying before, not necessarily the best way to do it, not necessarily morally correct, but in a lot of ways, Cliff had it coming. And from this point, for a while, for the accident that causes him to become Robotman, he spins out of control just wildly. Then he starts to pull things back together, but that the audience doesn't get to know that until later on in the first episode. But at the same time, while he's making his recovery and adjusting to his robot body, he is still in a lot of ways a very big douche, and he's still coming to grips with things, and his language is rather profane, colorful, however you want to classify it. That's pretty much Cliff Steele. Well, this next clip we're going to be looking at is basically a montage of Cliff's memories after the accident, and before he wakes up comes the full realization of who and what he has become. It's one of those things that, yes, it's lazy because it's a montage, but at the same time, it gives you a lot of background, and to complain about it as a montage is it's a minor thing. And the overall scope of the show, it fills us in on Cliff's past, his relationship before he became famous with his wife, his daughter, and how when he wakes up and becomes Cliff Steele, or Robotman. And so, let's get on with it.
I don't know what happened. I'm gonna be better. Train wreck's ready! You think she even knows who we are?
Baby Clara, your daddy's gonna be a big-time race car driver one day.
No. I bet you think she knows how much I love you.
Cliff, wake up.
Three electrical values drive welding principles: the amount of current or amperage in a current.
Cliff Steele. My name's Dr. Niles Calder. Would you please nod your head if you can understand me?
Not sure you ever really loved me, Tom. You know what my father used to say about smooth talkers like you? Everything before the butt is baloney.
want you to remember what it felt like to move your head. Picture it in your mind. Now, I want you to move your head. Good. Very good. You've been in a terrible accident, Cliff. Much of your body was rendered beyond repair. But we are getting there. I promise you we're close. Rest.
So, that is basically the montage of him waking up and meeting Niles Chandler or Niles the Chief for the first time. It's very good. This is going to have to conclude part one of this. I was trying to do this in all one big part or one big video, but due to time constraints and other things have going on, I'm going to have to break this video into two parts. I have a feeling when I do Crazy Jane, I might have to break hers into two parts. And depending on when I get around to Elasti-Girl and Negative Man, depending on how much content, how much backstory we got on those two, I may or may not be able to do those in one video. It just, parts of this video, I went on, and I went back and tried to edit some of that down, but still, this is going to, even this video is still going to be fairly lengthy. So, this concludes part one of Cliff Steele, AKA Robotman.